not believe.
No.
Both these players are a bit back and forth, though. That last win is 2022 for Space, so I guess this is a bit on the flow side of things.
Yeah, it certainly is. But like I said, I think Space has been playing very, very hot today. I think they could very easily make top 8, but we're going to see if he can prove that correct.
This is for top 8, so yeah, it will be proving if it's correct, that's for sure. Yeah, Fabs just walks into the room, says, "Hot set, I have to agree with him."
It is going to be good. All right, this is classic. This is going to be very fun. I'm just waiting for the French to mention this. I think I saw like OG jump on stream earlier, and like I was looking at the Twitch chat at the time. Just a player like OG went on stream and just like 50 BMS accounts just spawned.
They just appear.
They come out of the walls. You gotta love that.
The BMS emotes just start flowing like a river.
Mate, the French scene, man, just so committed, just so great.
Gotta love them. Gotta love their commitment to this game, how much they love it, how much they support their players.
Yeah. In the meantime, though, it is going to be our good friend Flo, who is actually repping Go. All right, they're going to be looking.
Not Pyramid.
They're going to be looking to avenge their friend Orion. What did you just say to me?
That's not Pyramithra.
What did you just say to me?
Please tell me that's not selected. Okay, it's not selected. Okay, that's not Pyramithra
either. Hold on, fellas. Hold on. All right, everyone, hold the phone. Hold the phone.
So the first offer was Kazuya, which I just assumed, you're next to Pyramithra, you just missed the button.
Yeah, exactly. That's.
But this one is a character we've been seeing a bit more from Space recently. Is the 2019 Inkling.
Ooh, we got a little bit of a throwback, my friends. All right. I was actually chatting with someone the other day, like just the fact that Inkling has just been almost comically dropped. Like it's quite funny just how many players have just abandoned the character completely. And it's like, well, who really is the true top rep of the character now? It's safe to say it is Space, but yeah, even Space just really not playing this character particularly often. Still, clearly, they think there's something simmering within the matchup between them and Roy. So we're not going to be seeing the Pythra at the moment. We're going to be seeing this Inkling. Probably not as warmed up, but my goodness, does it have a lot more time under the belt.
It definitely was played earlier in the set versus Neros, so I don't know how many games, I don't know if they will win. I just saw on the graphic that there was the Inkling in there. But coming out of the gates, it is a very even first game so far. And Inkling definitely has a few more options off stage to get around the road recovery. That roller is going to hit in the S-Smash to pick the first stock.
Wow. My goodness, we're back. We've cracked open the box on day release, and we thought, wow, Roller is unpunishable. Good stuff coming out from Space right there.
Yeah, Roller's best move in the game.
It certainly is.
That's for sure.
It's absolutely unwinnable, all right, as looks like we're going to try to extend this advantage right now. Flo are going to be trying to use these PS2 platforms as that kind of classic Croy maneuver where you basically juggle from side to side. You try and bait them onto the platform, you get a run-off fair, and then just sort of curry it into up airs as the jab back air. Fantastic stuff, catching him before he hit attack option.
Kind of felt like that was found out of nowhere. To be honest, they were just spacing in neutral, spacing in. Oh, Inkling's dead. And very nicely found by Flo. But it's now Flo at the ledge trying to get off, and Space putting a lot of pressure on right now with that fair. Flo needs to find another way off. Another aerial does hit, but Flo managed to find his way over. Roller is actually just used as a kind of a movement mix up there, which is very nice to see. Splat bomb coming out. What does Flo have? Down smash not going to manage to connect. Flo managed to get a reversal going. Goes for a big down there right there, but not managing to connect to that either. And it looks like we are resetting back to neutral.
One thing that you mentioned earlier that I really like, I'd really like to touch on, was that you mentioned that with the Pyramithra and Roy matchup, it's quite nice because both of them have lousy recoveries, so you don't, or quite exploitable recoveries, so you don't really want to chase off stage. But now that we've got this Inkling, you saw Space is more than happy just to completely run off stage. They have so much more freedom to attack the Roy. It's always very dangerous because obviously Roy has a disjoint if he does choose to swing, but if he doesn't, you can call it. That is just death. And so Space obviously very comfortable to do it as the 2-frame comes out. My goodness, that was disgusting.
The amount of pressure that Space was managed to put on in that 30 seconds you were speaking was insane. Found the booyah, found another few throws, found the up air into net, into back air, and then just the down smash 2-frame. Something that Inkling is very strong at doing, to be honest, and Space showing that there's a reason for this Inkling pick.
Yeah, and look, I'm not calling Mithra slow by any chance, all right? I'd never do that, but the fact that Inkling's initial dash is so good means that getting off ledge is a nightmare because he can just stand all the way up, threaten a runoff, and then just reposition and just catch you repeatedly. And that's what happened there with that 2-frame. That was absolutely gross, man.
Yeah, I love Inkling. Inkling's movement is something that just I find so lovely to watch. One of my favorite players in the UK to watch is an Inkling, and it's entirely because of that. But that's not Roy.
All right, fellas, pack it in.
All right, what happened to our mains?
Right, so I've got a little bit of story right here.
Here we go, story time.
Come to me like a premonition. I remember Now, there is a player who is very famous in the UK and across Europe as well, a player known as Scores, all right? A Toon Link enjoyer and a Toon Link philosopher, to say the least. Obviously, I found those two talking on Twitter a little bit of a while ago. Flo was talking about how he thought that Toon Link was basically a hidden gem, was very broken. And if you know, it's a bit like when you're in school and you say Bloody Mary 3 times. If you say Toon Link 3 times, Scores will just appear out of your walls, all right? And he'll start telling you about updraft percents. And this is basically what has happened, all right? Flo, Scores, I'm not sure how much they talked, but Flo was very interested in picking up the Toon Link, and we're going to see. Obviously, we've got that nice little purple. Let's see if they can bring it all the way. Had a little bit of faith in the matchup, but hasn't quite been able to find the opening kill.
Yeah, it doesn't manage to mash out of that roller. Did feel like it was a mashable percent, but sometimes that roller can just be a bit of a pain. This Toon Link isn't managing to do anything too special just yet, but it is only first stop, and could just be getting into the rhythm of a different character if this is the first time being played the game. But the up air, the nair, the back air is connecting. The roller coming out is shielded this time. Very nice movement option. Those knocks get hit by that up smash, and now it looks like Space is, it's all Space's game right now, putting a lot of pressure on. And gets another grab, looks for the up air into the, up throw into the up air, into the second up air. Now what can Space, what can Flo do to land right now? Because Space just not letting him have a breather.
Yeah, luckily these bombs able to buy them a little bit of, no pun intended, space down on the ground, but actually avoids the roller with a spot dodge. Looks like Space getting a little bit too antsy with that, all right? We've made the joke earlier, but listen, that thing will get you killed if you don't put it away. But the bomb comes through, actually catches it. Fantastic work. Just to buy the recovery as the up special comes out just a bit too far away. Can we get the bomb explosion? No, we can't. There is no bomb recovery, and Flo is not looking too confident right now.
Is it, yeah, 2-stock lead from Space. Space putting a lot of pressure on, not giving in the time of day for Toon Link. And Toon Link, as a character, has those kill options, but they're not the easiest thing to find sometimes. And right now, I'm looking a bit scared, but I say that, and it is just going to take that stock right now, but still a very big uphill battle to go on this game too.
Not very pretty, not really able to abuse the projectiles too well so far. Using the boomerang just to try and make the approach a little bit more binary, but it's just not helping because Space wins the approach anyway. Doesn't quite get a tech chase on there, but is starting to get a little bit of percent going. Doesn't quite catch the bomb, but has to land. Ooh, almost there, fella. All right, I like the idea, just not the execution. As Space tries to go for it, there's the forward smash and almost ends it very cleanly. We've got the bomb for the recovery this time, but is caught out. Fantastic knowledge from Space.
And that up B is actually quite a usable move by Inkling. I expected the down air, but the fair coming out and also doing the job just fine. And Space takes a 2-0 lead, and that Toon Link didn't look like the answer that Flo wanted it to be.
No, it had moments of glimmer, had moments of hope. But we've got to see where we're going now. The Roy did look a lot more confident, but obviously you can't just keep flip-flopping, all right? If you had an idea, it may just be a method. Don't.
No? Okay.
No? Okay.
I thought we were
You know what? Siski was right.
I thought that you just said don't flip-flop, and we were continuing to flip-flop, but no, we are actually going back to the
Yeah, it can be dangerous doing this, of course. Obviously, sometimes if you have an idea, better to commit to it. But obviously, having 5 games to play with, Flo, I will say this about Flo. Flo has some of the most hilarious comebacks I've ever seen as a character. There is a joke in kind of more the British community, but also the French community, in the sense that Crew Battle Flo is the best player in the world. In the fact that this person, when put under pressure, when put on the broiler, when shoved against the wall with no respite, can just fight his way out every single time.
And we saw it against Leon earlier, having a reverse 3-0 in that situation, or reverse 3-2. As it ended up, but stuck on ledge at the moment. Splat bomb is going to stop it. Going to the fair, but doesn't manage to connect, and it is now Flo putting the pressure on, but it is reversaled again. Double reversal coming out right there, and only 69% on this Inkling. Space looking very confident in his game 3 at the moment. Great situation, and and the comfort is gone. The comfort is completely gone. The sheets have been ripped off, and the bed is now just bare.
Absolutely gone. All right, look at that gamer lean. Look at the furrowed brow. Flo is unleashed. Can it be enough as Space to try to get up a little bit of damage right now? Flo more than happy to get a little bit of stage control first, to try and bait them into those platforms so we can start getting some horizontal/vertical strings as we're taken to the skies.
And that was a lovely combo of just chase going on right there, putting on 60%, but it is actually Space that managing to find the jab in that situation. Inkling's movement still very tricky to catch onto. Lovely parry into another jab. This Ink is making the booyah percent a bit higher. Interesting if we're in it. We are in fact in it, and the booyah does take the stock. And Flo on his tournament stock right now.
And that's a relief if you're an Inkling player. Managing to take that stock at that very critical percent, all right, because it just becomes very annoying afterwards. Not impossible, I'm not saying Inkling can't kill, many people do, but you just have to get endlessly creative. You basically get to the point where you have to kill off a mix-up.
And knowing how that interacts with your Booyah is very important. But now it looks like we're back at that percent all over again. So Space probably looking for a grab. They might need to get a roller, bounce the roller instead, and goes to the up smash. Face popping off as we takes a clean 3-0 and takes a top 8.
Fantastic stuff. Space is happy with that one, the pop off. He is very happy. And that was good stuff, all right.
Very clean, very clean. Space
very
playing
clean.
well today.
I did not call me a naysayer, all right, but I did not have
a believer.
I guess together we just I love Space, he's great, but I guess together we were just hating on both of their characters because I did not think the Inkling was going to be the answer. But my goodness, that was ludicrous.
After all you've given me about Pyramid not being consistent, you're here hating on Inkling.
Just a bunch of haters, man.